And I truly know in my heart, Canelo is someone that I'll get my hand raised when I fight.
I highly believe you put something hard in your glove. Something the size and the shape of an egg weight. Here's the reason why the side of my face swelled up in an egg weight form.
Hi, this is Joe Cortez. You're watching ShowBizz, the adult.
Oh, this is Bernard Hopkins, ShowBizz, the adult. I'm out.
Oops! Up off it! Yeah! Yeah! How many of you guys remember the fireplace? My day ones. That's who. Oops! Up off it! Up off! Won't you be? Oops! Won't you be? Could you please sing it with me? Baby, baby. My neighbor. Hi, neighbor. What's up, people? This is ShowBizz, the adult. All right, man, look. What? I laughed all through that intro. What do we have here? Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant. Confirmed December 19th. And the WBC rejects Wilder, accepts Anthony, AJ, Joshua. Oops. All right, man. Look. First, I want to say this. Happy birthday, bye, to Kazar Chowdhury. Happy birthday to you. It was your brother who reached out to me in my email saying, hey, look, happy birthday to my brother. Can you give him a shout out? Happy birthday to you, Kazar. Now, he sent that email to me. Why? Because he loves you. And you tend to have, you share the same birthday as happy birthday, bye. My oldest brother, happy birthday to you. Now, I will be by there later on. Maybe we could talk some boxing. Maybe we can catch up on some football. Who that? Beating Tom Brady and the Buccaneers last night really whooped that ass. Boots! And that's the Black Two Sugars. Look, that was that intro right there. I laughed through half of it. I got through it, though. Shout out to all you guys for hanging in there. Let's talk about this before we talk about that, the main topic. Let's talk about Devonte Tank Davis and Devin the Dream Haney. They have their little Twitter beef going back and forth. Have you guys seen that? They're going back and forth. They're talking about who got the biggest ballzinis, okay? Both of them sharing Gamboa. Like I said, that is always the best way to get the fight you want. Take on the opposition of the guy that you're looking to fight. Okay, Devin the Dream Haney did just that. Now, you have grounds to argue. You have something to stand on. Hey, look what I did to Gamboa. Look what I did to Gamboa. Which one do you guys value? Hit me in the comments below. Let me know which one do you value. The fight between Gamboa, ups and downs, Gamboa dribbling, being dribbled off the canvas by Devonte Tank Davis. Devonte starting to run out of the gas tank a little bit, but then later KOing Gamboa. Gamboa had a ruptured Achilles, all those things. While Devin the Dream Haney just outboxed him, and a lot of people think it's a snooze fest. Camboso said exactly that. So let me know which one you value more. It's really up to you. I mean, it's up, you had Gamboa. A lot of people thought that Gamboa, Tank Davis versus Gamboa. A lot of people thought that Devonte Tank Davis, he showed some vulnerability there. Okay, saying, hey man, Devonte had trouble making the weight. Devonte gassed out, all those things. As for Devin the Dream Haney, though that fight, many people thought it was a snooze fest. Devin, he beat Gamboa without any issues. All right, so it's really up to what you value. I think the more entertaining fight out of the two is obviously Devonte Tank Davis. His fight with Gamboa. That was the more entertaining one. Obviously, and I said before, hey man, maybe Devin the Dream Haney, maybe he has to knock out Gamboa because people, not just them two, Tank and Devin the Dream Haney, not only they're going to be comparing what they did against Gamboa, but everyone else, the entire fan base, saying, hey look, Tank is better. Tank stopped him. It was more entertaining. All those things. Now, I do want to say this. When I compare everybody in the lightweight division, when I look at Teofimo Lopez, when I look at Devonte Tank Davis and Devin the Dream Haney and Ryan Garcia, when I look at those boys, it looks like the cream of the crop is indeed Teofimo Lopez at the very top, being undisputed. And accompanying him is Devonte Tank Davis, in my opinion. Okay, it kind of feels that way. Though Devin the Dream Haney is a WBC full-time champion, it really doesn't feel like he's the champion. It really doesn't. It really feels like it's Teofimo Lopez along with Devonte Tank Davis. Now, there's an opportunity there, okay? Ryan Garcia taking on Luke Campbell, December 5th, I believe that is. Now, the winner of that does take on Devin the Dream Haney for the WBC full-time championship. And it's funny, when I look at those four, okay, the four kings, all right, Tank Davis, Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, and Devin Haney, I see it in that order. I actually see Ryan Garcia a little bit above Devin Haney. Why? I mean, he's now holding the WBC full-time title. Why do I have him slightly above? Well, the opposition. When you look at Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell, I mean, I don't think anyone will argue that Gamboa is steeper competition than Luke Campbell. No way. Now, if Ryan Garcia beats Luke Campbell, that's enough. If just like Teofimo Lopez beating Lomachenko without KOing him, I mean, what he did, that display where he just, the first half of the fight, it was a shutout. That display, and then the 12th round kind of pulling it out, saying, hey, look, man, I'm going to keep my lead. I'm going to finish this fight. I am the best in the division. You like that performance, okay? If Ryan Garcia were to beat Luke Campbell, that's almost enough. But if, let's say, he knocks out Luke Campbell, with Luke Campbell being a steeper competition than Devin Haney had in Gamboa, you can't help but to feel that Ryan Garcia is above Devin the Dream Haney, and that's the black two sugars. Now let's talk about the topic. The topic being that first of the WBC rejecting Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, accepting Anthony A.J. Joshua. That's the fault of Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. That's how I feel. What happened was the WBC, what they did was they said, hey, look, man, we approve. We approve Anthony A.J. Joshua versus Tyson Gypsy King Fury for undisputed. We approve that. I mean, that's what we're looking at. Now, what happened with that trilogy? Signed contract. There's a trilogy. Tyson Gypsy King Fury versus Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. What happened to that? Now, there's a lot of people on Team Fury saying that, hey, look, man, that contract expired. Now, did Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder allow that contract to expire? Who knows? I'm not really getting to the bottom of that, but it seems as if Tyson Gypsy King Fury is moving on. Now, I do think that shows a lack of integrity on Tyson Gypsy King Fury's part. I feel that way. That's where I'm going to criticize Tyson Gypsy King Fury. Why? Because this is the lowest we've seen Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder in his entire career.
I highly believe you put something hard in your glove, something the size and the shape of an egg weight.
And I would think that there would be some empathy from Fury. Fury, he hit a low too. Fury hit a really deep valley there. Fury was, like he said, he had the depression. He was on okay, he retired, all those things. And it was Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder that gave him that platform, gave him that fight, that resurgence. Now, Tyson Gypsy King Fury is the #1 heavyweight in the world. Okay. So I would think Tyson Gypsy King Fury would be a bit empathetic. Now, as far as the fans, I don't think the fans are really ultimately looking for Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder versus Tyson Gypsy King Fury for a third time. I think for the most part, if you're not a Wilder fan, I can understand. If you're a Wilder fan, you definitely want that fight more than anything. If you are a Fury fan, if you are an AJ fan, or just a boxing fan, you've seen Fury versus Wilder twice, you're kind of done with it. Now, when I looked at Ring Magazine on the cover, they said that this is the fight that boxing needs right here. Fury versus Anthony A.J. Joshua, and I think they got that right. That will be the biggest fight in UK history, those boys, okay? And we know that the heavyweight division is the glamour division. So, the WBC supporting that, and I understand that. Well, what does that mean? Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Why do I feel that the WBC is rejecting Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder? It's due to the words of Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. I told you guys this time and time again. When he said that Tyson Gypsy King Fury cheated, he said Fury cheated. I mean, Fury got the egg weights in the gloves and all those things. My water was spiked. Well, he wasn't just throwing Fury under the bus. It wasn't just Fury by himself. You got to understand the Nevada State Commission, along with the WBC, along with the referees, they were all inclusive. When he said that his water was spiked, well, USADA, right? You have the WBC, mandating that there's DNA tests before the fight, after the fight, everything came up clear. That means that somebody wasn't doing their job there, too, if his water was indeed spiked by Mark Breland. So he's not just throwing Fury under the bus. It's with the WBC. It's with Nevada. It's with the referee. All those things. And I think the WBC was like, well, you gave us a finger, I'm going to give you a finger back. That's how I feel. Now, I would love to talk with the WBC, see what's going on, you know. But I don't know. It just feels that way. But still, I am in support of that decision. I think that Anthony A.J. Joshua versus Fury is the best thing for the sport. And I think it's greater than the trilogy, that rubber match with Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Still, I think when it comes to empathy, integrity, I think Tyson Gypsy King Fury, Wilder is deserving of Fury giving him that opportunity the way Wilder gave him the opportunity. But when it comes to boxing, the fan base and everything, the best fight, the WBC is right for supporting AJ versus Fury. Boot. Black to Sugars. You know, a lot of you reached out to me and was asking me about the giveaway. Have I given away the prizes yet? Okay, very valuable prizes. No, I haven't. You still have a chance right now. I spoke with BUSR.com. BUSR sponsored the giveaways. Okay, I spoke with them. They say, hey, look, don't give it away quite yet. You have this weekend. You have Kell Brook versus Terrence Bud Crawford. Let's see if more people will want the opportunity. And I'm going to give you guys that time. And here's the giveaways. If you haven't seen it, here it is. Shrink wrap, protected, well protected, enshrined fabric, autographed by the greatest, Sugar Ray Robinson. This is 1 for 1. You can't find this anywhere, okay? And it's been certified. So I will be giving this to a lucky subscriber. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you like, share a link to this video, and you'll have the opportunity to win this card. Also, there's going to be 2 winners. The other winner, this one seems to be even more valuable. And I mean, that is extremely valuable. That's Sugar Ray Robinson autograph. You can keep that for many generations. I mean, or if you want to try to, you know, put that out on the market, try to sell it, it's going to be thousands of dollars. Now, this one also, this is a box. Within the box is a sealed wooden box that is shrink wrapped. Okay, you have a seal here protecting what's inside, and that's the Muhammad Ali autograph card. Now, I can't break the seal to see exactly which Muhammad Ali card there is, but this is the only card like this. Is autographed by the late and great Muhammad Ali, the greatest. So another winner will be able to win this as well. In order to win, all you need to do is be a subscriber. You must like, comment below. Let me know that you're interested, and share a link to this video on Instagram, on Facebook, Reddit, anything like that. Share the link and you'll have the opportunity to win, be a winner of one of these fantastic giveaways sponsored by BUSR.com. Go to BUSR.com/showbiz. Hit the link in the description box below. If you want to go there, make some bets. Okay, you have the Kell Brook versus Terrence Bud Crawford, Special K Kell Brook versus Terrence Bud Crawford coming up this weekend. What's that, November 14th? So be there for my live stream commentary. Make a few bets. Make some money along the way. So that's the Black Two Sugars. We're going to talk about Canelo Alvarez now. Do you have Canelo in your line of sight as a potential fight?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. That Canelo is something that I vocalized before that I want to fight. It's somebody that I still really, really want to fight. And, you know, that's a fight that I know I can win in my heart. I truly believe that.
Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant. Confirmed. December 19th. Now, you guys know that I had that interview with Caleb Plant. I'll put that link in the description box. Caleb Plant said that, hey, when I fight Canelo Alvarez, if I fight Canelo Alvarez, the fight is going to end with my hand raised. Caleb Plant, he said that he'll beat Canelo Alvarez, saying that he never ducked Canelo Alvarez. He didn't like the short turnaround after his fight. It wasn't that, you know, the date was too close, because you got many people saying, well, if he didn't like it back then, why would he like it now? December 19th, that's only, some weeks away. Okay, that's next month. Okay. Why can't you do it now? You couldn't do it then. Well, what Caleb Plant didn't like was the back-to-back training camps. Now, he hasn't been in the training camp for a while. He hasn't had to fight in about COVID, neither one of them. So they can make that turnaround. All right. Very interesting. Now, Caleb Plant, the funny thing in that interview, Caleb Plant said that he had something very special that he was working on. My fire. Did my fire go out? What's next for Caleb Plant, just for your fans?
Well, there is a name or two floating around, and I've agreed. I'm on board. I'm ready to go. And, all they have to do is say, yeah.
he said that he had something very special that he was working on. And it now, you know, in hindsight, it seems to be that this was the fight. Canelo Alvarez is now a free agent, okay? He's a free agent, and he would be able to hop around and fight on different platforms. He's going to do the Canelo Alvarez promotion, so he's going to have his own promotion. He's a free agent. He's on himself. He's owning himself. Now, that is the beauty behind the era. You know, Floyd Money Mayweather, what he did. But who did it before Floyd Money Mayweather was actually Roy Jones Jr., you know. I'm going to own myself. I'm going to promote myself. Those guys, they did it great. Roy Jones Jr. did it before him. Floyd Money Mayweather kicked it into another stratosphere, okay, as far as owning yourself. Canelo Alvarez seems to be doing just that. He is, he's the big fish, okay, in boxing. So Canelo Alvarez is going to be able to hop around. Now, there was an interview.
Canelo Álvarez. Y bueno, toda la semana, Saúl, aquí en la Casa del Boxeo tenemos extraordinario.
Now, this was in Spanish. Now, I'm going to put the link to that also in the description box. But one of you great show business partners hit me up and actually translated the entire interview. But there was one, you know, pitch and catch that I really liked. The interview asked Canelo Alvarez, he said, why did this demand present itself? He said, what did you not get from them, or why weren't you happy? Talking about the zone, talking about, right, Golden Boy, all those things. Here's what Canelo Alvarez said, and I quote, I can't really go into the details, but what's most important are the gaps between my fights, he said. I want to fight and continue making history. We had to make some demands in order to get some results. The important thing is that we wanted to land a liberating blow, not only for myself, but to set an example for up-and-coming boxers in the industry so that they aren't taken advantage of. Now, it's kind of sounding like Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Money Mayweather, right? Now, Canelo Alvarez, he's following that. You know, he's going to be that liberating force, that figure, saying, hey, look, for the next up-and-coming fight, don't get taken advantage of. This is what you do. And this is the point of your career in which you do it. He said, there comes a time where we fighters need to get firm in order to gain some respect. Now, that was very interesting. He said he didn't like the gap between fights. He also said in there, and I want you guys to check it out, but he also said in there, talking about he wanted the best fights, okay? He was talking about wanting Jamal Charlo. He wants Charlo. He said that, you know, he wants Caleb Plant, David Benavidez. He won all those boys, and he wasn't really in control. And I'll tell you guys time and time again, the fighters want the fights. Many times it's, you know, the promotion companies, it's those, you know, broadcast, the platforms, all those things, the guys in the black suits, it's those guys that kind of get in the way of all the fights that you want. And many times it's us fans jumping down the throats of the fighters, which we shouldn't really do that. The fighters, they want the fights. Okay. With that said, I'm very excited about this. It's confirmed for December 19th. Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant. I think you guys should be excited. I know that I am. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. ShowBizz, Lord, don't. I can't believe the fire went out on my fireplace. I'm out. Huh.